Hello and welcome to this pack that I've created called the Simplest Trees. These are very simple trees using just a few planes and a nice texture that all shares the same texture page, and there's still room for more. So if I just show you that right now, you can see there is the trees that we've used there. Just expand this bigger. There's the trees that we've used there with the alpha. Now the way I've designed these, I've actually made the alpha a different way. I've gave it some edge padding and I've put the alpha into the alpha channel. That way at the edges you get the same color, so there's a little bit of color bleed there, and that makes it better than just using PNG. So there's a target file there which is slightly bigger, but it's more accurate, so that's nice. And they're all using the same texture page, that's also nice. And another cool feature is I've added a shader that I will be making URP and HDRP versions of, but this is the built-in render pipeline. I've added a shader to let you control a few things. So I'm just going to show you that. I've basically copied, so that's the original colors, right? Pretty weird, some of them, because they're kind of like color coded. Then I've made a copy of the material and did some changes, and I've just done another copy there, and I'm going to make these have a new version of the material. So I want to show you the demo, so let's just throw that new material in there. Let's see, there's a demo one, right? So I'm going to open that up and let's just make it so you can see things a bit better. Just grab the inspect and put it there. Right. Cool. So what you've got is these three colors. You've got the ability to sort of transfer the old original colors, basically the colors that were made on the texture, as you can see. And then what it does is it analyzes any base colors, which is anything that's not blue, red or green is going to use a base color. So as you can see, if I make this white, nothing happens yet until I bring in this slider. So anything that was black or dark has now got this white tone, and I can change that to anything and basically make these weird looking trees, right? I usually keep that black because that's kind of no color there, right? And then blue tones, you're going to swap the blue tones. So if you look at the original colors here, this palm tree, it's quite a lot of blue in the stem there, and I'm swapping that out for a different color that is the wrong color. So blue tones there. Okay, weird. I must have my wires mixed up. Let me just check that real quick. So I've made this an amplify shader. If any of you guys have that or you don't have it, I recommend it. I'll show you how powerful this is. I'm just going to fix something that's wrong here. I got blue tones. Yeah, see, I've got the red channel controlling that. So that should actually be blue going in there. So basically, the color is being replaced based on the colors in the texture, and the mask's controlled by the colors in the texture. So that lerps and mixes these new ones in. So that's the blue, that one's going to be the red, and that one is going to be the green. I just got that all mixed up, so I'm just going to save that. That's now going to change a lot of things, but that's better. Cool, so now that I've done that, I can change up any of the, so you can see there's mostly red tones in here, so there's the red tones. Change that up, let's make them blue. So we can even make blue, and you don't have to have the same material. You can put separate material on each mesh because they're separate meshes. So let's see, so the green tones that were there, there's a few green tones at the tips, so I do that, you get this. So you can get funky looking new colors for free. There's also translucency, a little kind of fake translucent effect, and also a normal map effect on these to just help with that. The translucent has height to it, and also some tweaks based on the directional light. So you can tweak these numbers and see, you know, if you want it to come in earlier or later, or make it go even weirder like that. But these numbers are quite safe, and you can bring that effect in and out. It also has self-illumination in case you want it to glow in the dark. Just a little bit, that's good. Okay, so I've basically changed the original colours, so if it detects red from this one, it's going to change anything red to this blue, so red to red, and we can get loads of variation out of these. So if you had your scene built up with a bunch of these trees, let's just make a few copies like that. You could make a couple of copies of the material or use one of the ones that are there already. So I'm just going to duplicate that, call it demo 1, throw that on one of these, and then open it up, demo 1, and I can change, you know, some of the parameters of that, go back to the original colours a little bit, get a little bit of variation. Now I might introduce something else in the shader so that you don't have to slide this around. Maybe it's like another slider that just does it based on the world position, kind of like my world space trees does the little kind of swapperoo type of thing. Well, these are more kind of like unique objects, and plus they're much more optimized because they all share the same texture, more or less the same material. You can kind of tint the materials to suit your environment. And that is pretty much it for this version. It's the very first release. I will be making shader variations and adding all those things I've talked about, plus making versions for Universal Render Pipeline and HD Render Pipeline. If you have bought this right away and you do want a quick update, just show me proof of purchase and I'll get a build over to you, a version over to you that's suitable for your render pipeline. Just let me know your Unity version, things like that. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoy using this product. I'll be introducing more trees over time. I use something called Backdrop Designer to make these trees. And check out my YouTube channel for more information on that. But it's a really cool tool and lets you make all sorts of objects and backgrounds and everything. And yeah, loads of videos on that as well. Catch you guys later. Bye.